Welcome back, friends. It was just 2 to 3 months ago that Milwaukee had a press release for this new addition to their high intensity green laser lineup. This is a M12 single plane laser, 360 degrees, and it has 30 hours of runtime on a single charge. So let's get into this and take a closer look. So you can get this as a bare tool or you can get it in the kit. This is a kit model 3631-21, and let me show you what's inside. So here's a laser right here. It comes with the M12 XC 4.0 battery. I really like having this type of battery versus another laser I have which runs off alkaline batteries. If you let those batteries sit, as you probably know, a couple years, they start to corrode, and that's something that I have to go check my old laser and see if it's doing that. With this, I don't have to worry about it. And then it includes this target card right here. I'll show you how that works. Then you have this clip right here. We're going to be putting this to the test in just a second. And then right here you have your M12 battery charger. So the first must-have accessory for this is the 165-foot laser detector. This is sold separate. I think it runs around $150. And the cool thing is it fits in this case. And this is a blow molded plastic case with a foam insert, and it's just great. Everything's laid out so everything fits in there real nice and snug. Nothing's bouncing around. And then you're going to want to get one of these measuring ground rods right here. That's what the laser detector attaches to. And this comes in really handy. This is a Milwaukee laser tripod. So you don't need this, but if you're doing some outdoor work, even indoor work, you're going to want to have this. All right, so we're going to take this inside my basement right now, and I'm going to show you how this works on a drop ceiling. Okay, so check this out right up here. Let me backtrack real quick. I'll show you how I set this laser up with this wall accessory. It's probably fairly straightforward. This is what I'm going to clamp to the top track of the drop ceiling. So you can just see how that clamps on right there. If you have nothing to clamp on, you can see this end right here. There is a area where you can put a nail hole in. You can just hang it that way. And then you have these strong rare earth magnets. So this could actually go right onto a steel stud, or for a ceiling like this, it just locks in place like that, and then you can raise this up and down. It doesn't go up and down very easy. This definitely has a lot of holding power. So let's take a look up here, and what we're going to do is clamp it on, and let's just say we're going to put some type of border around the entire room. So I would just raise the ceiling tile up, clamp that right there, and I'm going to put this kind of low just so you can see the separation. We have my son's LED light strips in here. So when you go to turn this on, the first click to the left, it shows a lock setting. That's not what we want for this. We're going to move it to the unlock position. So you can see what that does. It self-levels if this is within 4 degrees. Then let's just say I want to raise it up a little bit. See, I can just push it up that way if I want to lower it down. It does slide on that magnet if you give it enough pressure. So this thing is so easy, you really don't even need to read the instructions. I literally just set this up in like 30 seconds. If you look at this area over here, that's probably about 30 feet away from the laser. So I've had some comments on my other laser videos saying that the line looks pretty wide at a distance, but when you get up close, it's very easy to find the center point. So you can just see right there with my finger how narrow that line is. And then this is my wood stove area. I plan on finishing this off. I just painted this cement board right here a dark gray temporarily. So you can just see how that green line is very bright even on dark surfaces. So there's some lasers that are red, and that definitely wouldn't be as visible as this one is right here. So if you're looking at getting a 360 degree laser, I'm going to guess that a single plane is really what most people are going to use. But let's say you want to use this on a vertical plane. I have an idea. So you can just see I have these lights right here in the ceiling. So let's say I want to do a straight line in a drop ceiling. Let me show you what, I haven't tried this out, but I think that this is how you can use that laser. So right here, this is the tripod accessory from Milwaukee. And if you look at the bottom of this, the lighting's not real good. You can hook this up to the, I believe it's a 1/4 inch tripod, the standard camera tripod mount, or there's the larger one right there. That's for the heavy duty outdoor tripods for lasers, like rotary lasers and things like that. So I'm going to hook it up to this, and then I'm going to put it at a 90-degree angle. I think this is going to work. So instead of a horizontal plane, I want to have it like that on a vertical plane. And then you can do that with this right there. So now we're going to turn this to the locked position. So I have the tripod right here. It's a little bit out of the camera angle. So what I'm trying to do is line up the center of this light to the other far light. So let's just say we want to add like 2 or 3 more can lights in the basement. So it's not going to automatically give you a plumb line straight up and down, but it will give you a straight line like I'm doing right now on the ceiling. So it's just going to take a minute to get this the way I want to do the final adjustment. So now I think I have it set up. This actually takes a few minutes to do it. There you can see there's the green laser line. So it puts a vertical line all the way down the ceiling. So you can see how it's pretty close to the center of that light right there. If I go down here, it's hitting fairly close to the center of that light. I may have to fine tune a little more. If I'm actually not doing the work, this is just an example. And then right here, it's a little harder to see that. Let me dim the lights a minute, see if that helps. Okay. Yeah, I didn't turn the LED lights off, but there you can just see how that gives you a nice line right down the ceiling. So I want to add some more lights, things like that. I could easily do that. So my point of doing this is just if you want to get creative, you can use the single plane laser for a purpose like this right here. It's very simple for turning this on. If you turn it from off to the on in the unlock position, then if you have that within 4 degrees of level, this will self-level. You can see that green light right there. Let's say you have it out of whack a little bit, you'll see how that green line is blinking. If you move it to the locked position, let's say you want to just make your own angle, then this will blink every 8 seconds. So let's say you're doing like a handrail for some stairs or some diagonal tiles or something like that. This will come in handy for doing that. If you want to use this laser in bright sunlight, you're not going to be able to see very far on a day like today. If you get this accessory right here, this is the 165-foot laser detector. I believe it runs somewhere like right around 150. It wasn't available right at first when the lasers came out, and there was a backlog of them recently, but I do see right now these are all available in all the stores. Okay, we're going to set up the Milwaukee tripod right here so you can see I can crank that up. This is pretty cool. So I'll try to get that right there. Let's see how the laser works. First, we're going to turn it on. That's the lock position. We don't want that. We want it self-leveling. So just a little while ago, I did put some orange spots on my driveway right there. So we're going to have it at different increments all the way up to 165. And then hopefully my microphone doesn't cut out when I get far away, but I think it won't. So when you look at the laser detector, there's 2 settings. So there's less sensitivity, and then that one's more sensitive. So if you want to dial in right to the micro inch, you would put it on the fine sensitivity. When you're out doing more rough grading like this, then you put it, the lines are a little further apart, so it's not going to be quite as sensitive to get it to line up. So one thing I like about my driveway, it's a gradual slope downhill the whole way, and that's nice in the wintertime in case we have a lot of snow. I need to make it out. I don't have to go uphill, I'm going downhill, and there's some drifting. I can pretty much make it to the road in 4-wheel drive. So what we're going to do is see how far between here and 165 feet that it drops. So we're starting out at 3 foot 3 inches, and we're going to go along the way, and I'll give you the measurements. So now I'm at 60 feet. Okay, 4 foot 7. All right, already it's dropped 16 inches. Now we're at 100 feet. 5 foot 4. All right, so it dropped another 9 inches. And here we are at 165. All right, 511. One safety tip I recommend is to not look directly into the laser. I know that that's not good for your eyes. Okay, so I know that this isn't rated to go past 165 feet, but we are gonna go all the way to the road, which is probably another 80 feet. We are at 6 foot 9 inches, all the way to the road. This has to be at least 250 feet. So it looks like the total fall from my house to the road, 3 foot 3 inches. So if you're wondering if this can replace a rotary laser, the answer is yes, it can definitely do that. All right, so here's an example at dusk. You can just see on these pine trees behind me how that lights up. So if you're wondering what your ground, how the slope, what it looks like, this is one way to tell by running this at night. So one other thing that I noticed on this laser that I haven't seen on the others, you have this lanyard hole right there, so that can help protect it from dropping. This does have a 1 meter drop protection rating on it, but if you can just prevent it from even doing that, this is the way to go. So last thing I want to show you is this laser target. So this will just help you like at a distance to line things up, and if you're outside it'll just give you a little more advantage. I still like the laser detector, but this will definitely help too. So let's say you're at a distance and you're trying to see if you're right on the mark. You can just see how bright that is when it's on that line there. Also has a vertical line too, and I think I would probably use this more often for vertical lines, but you can use it for both. All right, friends, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to find out some more information on the other Milwaukee lasers that I reviewed, check out my playlist that I'll have right after this part right here. And then if you find this video to be interesting, helpful, and informative, please give it a thumbs up and help support my channel. That's it, friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.